Install the CSR1000v virtual machine. In this lab, you will install the CSR1000v Cloud Services Router. This is a Cisco software virtual router deployed on a virtual machine instance on 86 server hardware. When the Cisco CSR1000v is deployed on a virtual machine, the Cisco IOS XE software functions as if it were deployed on a traditional Cisco hardware platform. You can configure different features depending on the Cisco IOS XE software image. The CSR1000v name will be shortened to CSR1kv in future labs. However, for this lab, we use CSR1000v. Required resources: host computer with at least 4 GB of RAM and 2 GB of free disk space, VirtualBox or VMware, DevNet associated virtual machine. Okay, I will use Sandbox in this case. So for required resources, only you need a host computer. You only need VirtualBox or VMware and the DevNet associated virtual machine. Install the CSR1000v virtual machine. Download the CSR1000v ISO file. Only the instructor or anyone with proper credentials is allowed to download ISO files from Cisco. This step must be done by the instructor. Okay, to download the CSR1000v ISO, go to this link and control click to follow this link. Okay, download CSR1000v iOS XE Crypto ISO. Download. To download the software, you must log in and have a valid service contract associated to your Cisco.com profile. Okay, log in. Okay, this is my profile. I just logged in and the crypto ISO try to download. To download the software, you must have a valid service contract associated to your Cisco.com profile. If you do not have a service contract, you can get one through to your Cisco account team, to your Cisco partner or reseller. Okay, it's not possible to download this image. So skip this another part, the OBA file. Skip this. Skip the update. Skip the VirtualBox configuration and setup. And go to Start CSR1000v virtual machine. Select the CSR1000v virtual machine and click Start or Power On. And go to developer cisco.com. Enter. Okay, login. You can log in with Google. Okay, and DevNet resources, Sandbox, okay, and click here on networking. The Sandbox offers many networking labs with SDN controllers or API-driven network gear. Some popular labs include Cisco DNA Center, Multi-iOS Test Network, iOS XE on Catalyst 9000, NetConf Yang, and RESTconf, SD-WAN, Meraki, and more. Scroll down to Cisco XE on CSR latest code. Okay, and click here, Cisco iOS XE on CSR. Okay, and click here to reserve. You can reserve for 8 hours and 1 minute. Okay, from now until this time, this date and time. Okay, requires 20 minutes setup, and very good. But I will cancel and close this. Okay, and you can go back to this page and here get started. Get started with Sandbox, and type select always on. Okay, these are all Sandbox labs. Very good, and but search for always on. You can choose this iOS XE on CSR, latest code always on, or choose iOS XE on CSR, recommended code always on. Okay, I will choose the latest. Click here. This lab requires no reservation. The iOS XE on CSR latest code always on Sandbox offers developers shared VPN-less access to an iOS XE device running the latest iOS XE code release available on cisco.com, currently 17.3.1. Access details. And this is the host. Okay, the port 22 for SSH, for netconf 830, RESTconf 443, username developer and password C uppercase 1 SCO 12345. Okay, very nice. And this is the device and is already started on Sandbox. Okay, already started on Sandbox. Virtual machine loading process. Skip this because the device is already started on Sandbox on the cloud, and verify communications to CSR1000v. Verify the CSR1000v IPv4 address. for CSR1000v virtual machine, use the show IP interface brief command to verify the IP for others of the gigabit 1 interface. The CSR1000v is most likely using the IP for others for the 192.168 address space. On the device, show IP interface brief. Okay, this device does not have a specific IP address. The device has this name: Sandbox iOS XE latest 1 Cisco.com. Launch the DevNet Associate virtual machine. If you have not completed the Lab 112 lab, install the virtual machine environment. Do so now. If you have already completed that lab, launch the DevNet Associate virtual machine now. Okay, on VirtualBox, this is my virtual machine. Before to start, review the settings. On networking, should be on NAT, and be sure cable is connected. Okay, and start the virtual machine. Okay, very nice. And ping the CSR1000v from the DevNet Associate virtual machine. Select the DevNet Associate virtual machine, open terminal window, and ping the CSR1000v virtual machine at its IP before others. Okay, ping the device. Okay, open a terminal. And ping, but in this case, use the name, use the host, use the name Sandbox iOS XE latest 1. Sandbox iOS XE latest 1. Cisco.com. Cisco.com. Okay, enter. Okay, and now you can see the resolution. This is the IP address of the device. But anyway, ping is not responding. Control C to stop. 16 packets transmitted, 0 received, 100% packet loss. Okay, and obviously this device is not allowing ping tests for security and also for availability. So don't worry about this. Establish a secure shell SSH session with the CSR1000v. Some of the tasks you will complete in later labs will require an SSH session with the CSR1000v. Connect to the CSR1000v with SSH from the DevNet Associate virtual machine. Use the password to authenticate. Notice that you are automatically in privileged exit mode. Enter exit and the SSH session. Okay, use SSH protocol. Cisco, in this case, is the user, and this is the IP address. but do this on terminal on DevNet associate virtual machine. Okay, but SSH is the protocol, but go to the device. The username is developer. And the IP address is this, the name. Enter. Okay, and here, yes. And the password. This is the password. C uppercase 1 SCO 1 2 3 4 5. C1 SCO 1 2 3 4 5. Enter. Okay, welcome to DevNet Sandbox for CSR1000v and iOS XE. Okay, this is the prompt. And success. Exit. Okay, you can verify, for example, use show running config. Enter. Space. Okay, you can see space. For example, the configuration on gigabit 1, interface gigabit 1, space, the okay, very nice. And exit. Okay, and connection closed. From DevNet Associated Virtual Machine, access the CSR1000v web user interface. Open a web browser on the virtual machine. Okay, for example, open Chromium browser. And go to the URL of the device. In this case, is this is to use this port 443 HTTPS. https:// and copy this name. Okay, enter. The username and password. The username, you know, is developer, and this password. Developer and this password. 5. May take a while, don't worry. Okay, reload. Okay, very good. The dashboard. Okay, and you will now see the dashboard for the CSR1000v. You are now accessing the CSR1000v's web user interface from the DevNet associated virtual machine. Also, from your local computer, you can access the CSR1000v web user interface. Use the URL and username and password. Okay, I will do it on my real machine. https:// and copy this. Enter. The username, developer, password, remember, is this. Login. Okay, reload. It may take a while. Okay, very good. The dashboard. You will now see the dashboard for the CSR1000v. You are now accessing the CSR1000v's web user interface from your local computer. Thank you very much.